Luke Bryan is set to co-headline a historic concert at the University of Georgia's Sanford Stadium, a legendary landmark in Southern culture, football pride, and amazing musical experiences. As he prepares to perform, fans of country music all across the nation are eagerly awaiting the event. For many people, this statement evokes the sensation of two worlds coming together. These worlds are the ones that characterize Georgia's identity: the legacy of country music, which gives the state its soul, and the spirit of college football, which pulses through every inch of the state. Stepping onto the stage at Sanford Stadium is not just another tour stop for Luke Bryan, a proud native of the state of Georgia and a lifetime follower of the Bulldogs. It is a homecoming of the most significant kind, one that combines individual roots, artistic victory, and the emotional burden of performing in a location that has contributed to the development of the person he is now. For the members of the University of Georgia community, this concert has the potential to be one of the most exciting cultural events that the campus has witnessed in many years. A dream that took years to come to fruition. For over a decade now, Luke Bryan has been at the very forefront of country music. He has been the headlining act at many arenas and has dominated stadium tours. However, the importance of Sanford Stadium goes far beyond professional success. Sanford is situated in the city of Athens, which is widely regarded as one of the most esteemed college towns in the entire nation, and it is inextricably linked to the historical development of the state of Georgia. Luke Bryan grew up attending games played by the Bulldogs, admiring the athletes from Georgia, and soaking up the atmosphere of the stadium, even while he was not participating in the games. When he was a teenager living in Leesburg, Georgia, he would tune into the games on the radio or make the lengthy drive to Athens as often as he could, combining his early aspirations of becoming a musician with his passion for the culture of the University of Georgia. Now, years later, coming back to perform with other top-tier musicians as a megastar, Bryan is not merely returning to play music. He is returning home with the intention of writing a new chapter, not just in his own life, but also in the grand and storied history of the stadium. Sanford Stadium, more than just a venue, a symbol. The location known as Sanford Stadium is not solely a venue for hosting football games. This is a cathedral of tradition, a sea of red and black, a place where legendary victories, loud crowds, and unforgettable Saturdays come to life. It is one of the biggest and most respected stadiums in the country, as evidenced by its seating capacity of around 93,000 people. However, the occurrence of concerts at Sanford Stadium is uncommon. Hardly ever. Only a few number of performers throughout the course of history have been given permission to perform on the hallowed ground. The instant that a musical performance is delivered on stage, the event transcends the bounds of a typical concert and instead becomes a cultural landmark. Alumni, students, and fans alike will remember this momentous occasion for many years to come. It is for this reason that the appearance of Luke Bryan as a co-headliner bears so much significance. As a result of this, he is now included in a small group of artists who have been given the chance to turn the stadium into the focal point of Georgia's musical pulse. An event that was destined to be co-headliners. The upcoming concert has been planned to be spectacular in every way. A high-production event including multiple artists and multimedia that combines the traditional aspects of country music with a contemporary flair for performance. The complete schedule features a number of performers that are considered to be powerhouses, and their enthusiasm and fan base are on par with the size of the venue. Luke Bryan is one of the headliners who is at the forefront of the roster. The cooperation that takes place amongst the artists is done so purposefully. The purpose of the co-headlining structure is to maximize the significance of the event, to bring together fan bases from different backgrounds, and to establish an environment in which every audience member can find something that they enjoy. This is a wonderful opportunity for admirers of Luke Bryan to get a glimpse of him in what is possibly the most significant context possible. It provides the opportunity for students at the University of Georgia, as well as its alumni and the surrounding community, to observe a member of their own group returning to celebrate the spirit of Georgia in the most spectacular manner imaginable. The profound Georgian origins of Luke Bryan. The fact that the name of Luke Bryan has such a strong impact throughout the state of Georgia is not without cause. He was a Southern child with a guitar, raised in the midst of the rhythms of small-town life, before he became a superstar. The sights and emotions that are characteristic of the state are reflected in his music. Dirt roads, tailgates, porch nights, heartbreaks, late summer heat, and the familiar sounds of southern evenings. His first jobs were in the immediate area. Families from the state of Georgia were among his earliest supporters. The buzzing of the country radio, as well as the culture of the southern United States, were the influences that gave form to his most ambitious aspirations. For Bryan, making a comeback to co-headline at Sanford Stadium is not simply significant, it feels as like it is destined to happen. On numerous occasions, he has stated that he never forgets where he came from, and this event serves as a monumental reminder of the distance he has traveled while being faithful to his roots. An exhibition meant to rattle the stadium to its core. The idea is for every aspect of the concert that is going to take place to give the impression of being more than just ordinary. The enormity of the production is going to be on par with the largest stadium tours that have ever taken place anywhere in the globe, according to the producers and the people who are in charge of organizing the event. The following are things that supporters can look forward to. A state-of-the-art stage that has been constructed on the playing field and is completely equipped. Stunning lights and LED displays that take your breath away. Fireworks that have been incorporated into the show. Moments of collaboration between artists. Acoustic sections that are made to give off a sense of intimacy, despite the fact that they are in a huge environment. Components for interacting with fans that have been specifically designed for students and alumni of the University of Georgia. The acoustic bowl that is formed by the shape of Sanford Stadium is predicted to cause the sound to travel with a richness and force that enhances every guitar riff, every chorus, and every note that Luke Bryan sings as they soar into the night sky. A celebration of the Athenian ethos. Musical innovation has always been nurtured and developed in Athens, Georgia. This is a city in which creativity comes as naturally as breathing to its residents. It is also well known for being the birthplace of acts that have become legendary in their respective genres. This identity, which combines the past, present, and future of Georgia music, can be smoothly integrated by way of a homecoming event performed by Luke Bryan. Athens will be transformed into a festival-like setting on the day that the concert is scheduled to take place. There will be people setting up tailgates on the streets that encircle the stadium. Large numbers of people will be flocking to bars and restaurants in the area, similar to what is seen on days when sporting events are scheduled. Hotel rooms will be reserved for many miles around. Fans will come from all around the state and beyond, transforming the event into a celebration that encompasses the entire state. It is anticipated that the University of Georgia itself will welcome this enthusiasm with open arms. Students who are frequently exposed to Luke Bryan's performances on television or at national award ceremonies will have the uncommon opportunity to observe him in person at the center of their school's campus. A commemoration to the residents of Bulldog. The emotional bond that exists between Luke Bryan and the Bulldog country is indisputably a contributing factor to the strength of this musical performance. It has been done by Bryan to sing the national anthem at games held at the University of Georgia. He has made an appearance on the sidelines. He has expressed his admiration for the impact that UGA has had on Southern culture, and he has not been shy about celebrating the team's championship victories. Being a co-headliner for a full-capacity performance at Sanford is, in his opinion, the greatest compliment that a musician from the state of Georgia can pay to the institution that has played a significant role in forming so many of his memories. It is anticipated by many that Bryan would provide personal insights during his set, including musings on the time that he spent growing up in Georgia, watching UGA games, and dreaming big, as well as his thoughts on how his journey has brought him back to the stadium where legends have walked. An evening of musical compositions, remembrances, and traditions. Concerts have the ability to build collective memories, which are moments that individuals reflect on in the past and state, "I was present for that." The instant that Bryan takes the stage at Sanford Stadium, surrounded by tens of thousands of supporters who are cheering him on, that moment will become a part of the cultural heritage of the University of Georgia. The show will probably include a combination of the following: the most successful songs by Bryan, the songs that he wrote that are filled with emotion, song after song that gets the entire stadium to stand up and dance, moments of music that highlight his ability to tell stories, unexpected visitors, numbers that have been created in collaboration with the co-headlining artists, tunes such as Country Girl, Shake It For Me, Play It Again, Crash My Party, Most People Are Good, and Huntin', Fishin', and Lovin' Every Day are sure to fill the stadium with an energy so fierce that it may potentially compete with the claimer of a fourth-quarter touchdown. The concert's emotional center. This event marks an important moment in Bryan's career. It symbolizes a moment of solidarity for the supporters. As far as UGA is concerned, it is a symbol of its past. However, beneath all of the magnificence, the lights, and the cacophony, there lies something even more potent: connection. The primary focus of this event is the commemoration of the location where Bryan's career was first launched. It involves paying tribute to the generations of Georgia fans who have shown their support for him by streaming his music, attending his concerts, and seeing his ascent to fame. It's about contributing to the community that influenced him even before he became a prominent figure in his business. There is an unmistakable feeling of completing a cycle of life by going back to the land that was the source of nourishment for a young musician's aspirations. An unparalleled Southern adventure. Excitement continues to increase all around the state as the date of the event gets closer and closer. Country music radio stations are seeing a lot of activity. Before the show, gatherings are being organized by student groups. Reunions are being planned and prepared for by alumni associations. The flood of fans is something that local businesses are preparing for. The sensation of anticipation that is felt can be described as the pride that is characteristic of the American South, and it is the type of pride that brings people together across generations. When the time for the performance comes, Sanford Stadium will be filled with lights, sound, and passion as Bryan takes the stage to provide a performance that will undoubtedly be remembered for years to come. The inheritance that lies before us. For one of the most popular musicians in Georgia, the co-headlining performance that Bryan gave at Sanford Stadium is a significant point in his career. It is not simply another stop on the tour. It is representative of the home, the tradition, the past, and the persistent ability of music to link communities together. When the final note goes out across the night and the stadium erupts in cheers, it won't just signal the end of a concert. It will signify the completion of a reunion that has been eagerly anticipated. A young man from Georgia will be standing on the state's most famous field. This time, he will not be there as a dreamer. Rather, he will be there as a star coming back to pay tribute to the place that helped mold him into who he is today.